So, you guys ever wonder what us modern day Smokey and the Bandit looks like? Go check out Hell or High Water. Alright, so, this movie is about two brothers named Toby and Tanner. Toby being played by Chris Pine, who I believe gives his best performance to date, and then the always so talented, underrated Ben Foster playing his brother Tanner. So, this movie opens with a bank robbery. And in true brotherly fashion, they showed up a little later, whatever, and there was just some hilarious dialogue between them, but it didn't seem out of place or anything. It was just like, yo, bro, you fucked up. And he's like, I know I did. Okay. And I brought up a little synopsis here just so I can keep myself on track. But this movie very much takes the sides of the Texas Rangers and the brothers. And the two main Rangers are Marcus and Alberto. Marcus is being played by the ever so talented Jeff Bridges, who apparently has a thing for sleeping outside like a hobo, but, you know, that's just his character. He's the very old West. And this movie says, across wars where the values of old and new West collide, you can see that in, the certain towns they visit. There's, the new mentality and the old mentality. And how you don't fuck with Texas.
Oi, you two! The grounds are currently closed.
Oh man, that totally sucks. And we came all the way out here with these foreign exchange students on a field trip through England.
Where from?
Texas.
And in the end, there's this really genius plan going on about how these bank robberies are supposed to happen and what the end goal is. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything because, I want you to go see this movie. But the chemistry between everyone was so good. And if you think 4 characters isn't enough to carry a movie, it's enough. Most of this movie is either Chris Pine and Ben Foster or Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham, who plays Alberto. And the chemistry between all of them is great. I like movies that go, okay, well, here are your bandits or whatever, since I used Smokey and the Bandit earlier, and then here's your cop, and then we're going to switch back and forth and see what one side's doing to the other. I know it's a little of a jump in genre, but that's one of the reasons I love Death Note so much is, Light's the bad guy, but he's so likable, and you like what he's doing. Well, don't like what he's doing, but you're behind what he's doing. You want to see if this smart dude has the power to kill anyone and get away with it. And then you see the smartest person in the world try to go at something that's supernatural. And that's one of the reasons I like Death Note, and it sort of reminded me of this movie. And my hair's all of a sudden decided to do that thing, but whatever. So, Chris Pine, he's divorced, he has kids, he's down on his luck, bank has a bunch of back loans, his mom died, so by extension, Tanner's dad died. Tanner's dad died, there we go, just to get that cleared up. It's a very hard thing to say, dad died, especially if you're just off the cuff thing. Anyhow. So, they come up with this plan of, hey, we're gonna do some robberies of some small-scale banks. And their plan of robbing banks is really smart. They're only drawer money, nothing bigger than a 20, in the bag, no packets. And what they do with their cars is actually pretty ingenious, too. And, Tanner had just gotten out of prison because, he's the bad brother that no one really seems to like that much. But it's hey, man, you're my brother, so I love you. Want to help me out with this? He's yeah, man, sure. So they go out and fucking rob banks, as I said. And then Jeff Bridges and his partner Alberto have some great back and forth chemistry between the insults and, got that Texan, well, you're Indian. And then once I'm done with the Indian insults, I'll start attacking the Mexican part of you. And, they have this good back and forth of why you copying what I'm wearing? We have a dress code. We have a blue shirt, a white shirt, tan shirt. We're gonna match sometimes. And the movie's only 102 minutes long, so an hour and a half-ish hour 45, but that's with credits, so it's not a very long movie, but like the action scenes in this movie are solid. The car scenes are fucking amazing. You know, it's just a force to watch like Ben Foster and Chris Pine act. I know it seems like one of those films is like, oh, critics love it because it's just actors acting, but watching these actors act is entertaining as hell. Like, the one thing I will praise again and again is the chemistry between everyone. And how you really feel for both sides. It's not just like, oh, I want Toby and Tanner to get away with this. You sort of want Marcus to succeed in catching them. And you don't really know what side you fall on, but the movie is more centered on Toby and Tanner, so they do push that angle a little more. The emotional points of this movie hit when they're supposed to hit. You know, Chris Pine goes to see his kid, and he gives that speech of like, hey, me and your uncle, we aren't good people. We fucked up in life. Don't be like me. Don't be like him. Be your own man. You can be better than me. Which is ultimately a speech that should be given if you know you're a bad person. And this isn't really spoiling anything, because I mentioned he was divorced and all of that. So it sort of lends itself to like, hey, there's going to be a scene where he's like, yo, don't be like me. And it was actually a really nice, heartfelt scene. Like, the deliveries and the chemistry he had with his kid really made you feel like, yo, this is his kid. And Chris Pine, so good in this movie, but Ben Foster just loses himself in this role. And you're just like, it seems like they just pulled this dude off the street that was Tanner and then just pointed a camera at him and let him do his thing. And that what was so great about his performance. I mean, this movie does have, I don't want to say a slight pacing issue, it's just the movie does drag its feet a little bit in parts, or like some of the humor either hits you or it doesn't. But then again, everything's subjective, film, comedy, jokes, whatever. So I'm not going to rag it too hard for that, because the thing in question is just so minor that you're just like, okay, that happened. The rest of the movie, still amazing. So, all in all, I would say go out and see this movie if it's playing near you. And, you know, you love Chris Pine, you don't know who Ben Foster is, or you haven't seen him in anything good, which I'm surprised if you haven't, but if you only like seen him in Warcraft, I understand. If you love Jeff Bridges, go see this movie. So, yeah, not really gonna rate it. I'm just gonna say go see it. If movie shit, I'll tell you don't see it. If it's in the middle, I'll be like, if it seems like your type of movie, go see it. But even if semi-western, like robbing things, isn't really your type of movie, I would say go give this one a look, just because of all the chemistry between the characters and the actors, and the story is compelling enough to keep you in your seat for the entire 100 minutes. So, without any further ado, join me next time when I review Kubo and the Two Strings, and we're gonna break on 3. 1, 2, 3, rate.